Hey, Jules Blessed Vegan, and as always, welcome to my channel. And for those of you who are new, I know you can benefit. And welcome to Joyful June. And we literally just started Joyful June. If you're just joining us, you are right on time. There's never a better time than now than to choose joy. And joy is a conscious choice, honestly. So yesterday, which was day 1, and it doesn't matter when you're catching this video or what month it is, you can just be joyful based on this for 30 days. But yesterday, which was June 1st, was day 1, and it was literally just a conscious decision to choose joy for the next 30 days. Today was to intentionally bring joy in 3 circumstances, whether it was to 3 individual people or just 3 acts of joy for one person, but to do some joyful act 3 times. So for me, I intentionally did 3 things. One, I surprised a student with a gift. Another one, I took a moment to praise a person in service. And another one was I helped someone, like physically help them move some things that just ease their burden. And of course, any act of kindness is a blessing on ourselves, right? Because it's always mutual. And it did bring joy to my heart to help. Okay, so for day 3, we're going to decide to look for what's good even on the difficult days. So June 3rd, or day 3, if tomorrow is even a difficult day, and it may very well be, you never know, you're going to decide to look for what's good. Again, it's with intention. And I think this goes well with the quote, "Every day may not be good, but there is good in every day." And that's by Alice Morse Earl, and I'll use that as the icon for this video. Every day may not be good, but there is good in every day. We have to just look for it. So day 3, decide to look for what's good, even on the difficult days. But you know what? You actually need to be specific with that, seriously. So I was saying yesterday that I had actually chosen a journal, which of course is happily buried. Oh my gosh, this is my life right now. It is crazy. Yay, found it. My faithful journal. And in this journal, I literally wrote down what those 3 good things were that I did today to bring joy. And I will write down tomorrow what good I found in the difficulty, because there will be difficulty. There's difficulty in every day. And right now we're in a really difficult time, right? So like for me, I went to school. Obviously, it's still the COVID. We're social distancing. We had on our masks and all of those wonderful things. And it's a really important time at the end of the year to do a lot of paperwork and wrapping things up. And it was all my intention. And along with June 1st and being joyful, I also decided to just get on, or get done with the nonsense and get on with just claiming my health, right? And so I decided that I was going to step it up. And Tanny Raw, who's a social media phenom on every health channel. Her name's Tanya Murphy, but she goes by Tanny Raw. She always says to do different, to get different. And there's a lot of little phrases that she uses that will stick with the people who tend to follow her. And I haven't necessarily been doing different to get different, like in some ways, right? We tend to be creatures of habit. But I definitely know what I need to do to choose me and to choose wellness. So one of them was to definitely step up my exercise. And I used to love the idea of doing 10,000 steps in a day. And so yesterday I was at school and I was able to walk on the track. And I know that if I do about 8 laps on the track, it'll get me close. It'll get me to about 8,800 steps. And then naturally, just running around campus and whatever, I'll get in my other 1,200 and I can hit 10,000. So I exceeded 10,000 yesterday, which was lovely. So today I knew I was going back to school and I was like, great, I'll do paperwork. I'll have my own PE session. I'll get out on that track and rock it. And then because of the peaceful protesting, which is a term I struggle with. I struggle with it because I'm such a rule monitor, which most teachers are. And for me, if my students decided to peacefully refuse to leave the room at the bell, I would be losing my mind. And so when those protesters peacefully decide to exceed curfew, peacefully decide that they'd rather be arrested to make their point, I struggle with it. But anyway, story for another day. Anyway, So I all of a sudden got what was essentially an Amber Alert from the district saying we are closing down all of the campuses because there's protesting going on and we want to make sure you guys can get home safe. And I was like, oh no, shoot, I didn't get my walking in. And then I was just like, how am I going to even get to my 10,000 steps? So I didn't get to them. I'm just going to tell you that straight up. So what happened was I ended up going home and I decided I would just do extra rebounding. So again, I was at like 2,200 steps. And then I got on the rebounder, and this is a day of fast for me. On Tuesdays and Fridays, I fast for the planet. And that I'm allowed to have a snack. I can have like a vegetable or some snack, but generally I abstain from certainly any temptations, but also just from meals. So I do my lemon water and some kind of snack, which is usually vegetables. And today, because I was so thrown off, and it's easy to do when I'm at school and just leave my lunch in my car, right? But when I'm suddenly home and my significant other suddenly was home, it flipped me out. So I ended up having nectarine and carrots, which was fine, no big deal, but it wasn't quite what I had planned. So then I decided I would get on the rebounder for 45 minutes and do an extra rosary. And it takes 45 minutes to do 2 rosaries. So I got on there and I was working my hiney off. I'm not kidding you. I was trying to get in every step I could, and I was super proud. And when it was said and done, and it was actually 48 minutes, when it was said and done, it was only 5,300. And of course, I already had 2,200, so it just got me over 7,500. But I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And I just didn't have more time or even a place or venue. I'm just getting back into exercising, let's be fair, and I don't want to kill my body. But I was wondering, is there a difference in terms of generating those steps between just simply jumping up and down, which is just credit for 1, 1, 1, 1, whereas when you're walking, certainly on a track, they give you credit for extending a 2.5 or 3 foot extension, right, per step. So I'm kind of thinking that might be the difference. Does anyone have feedback? I'd love to know in the comments below. But whatever the case is, I know I got some heat going on because I'm still soaked. I'm in the high desert. It was 97, right? And even right now, it's still 89. Anyway. All right, I'm thrilled to be with you guys. I'm so stoked for the new people who checked in. Yay for Joyful June. I would love to know, what were the 3 things that you spread joy with today? And again, if you're new, so what? Get on with it. You can choose joy. And tomorrow, again, let me remind you, it is to decide to look for what's good, even on a difficult day. And there may very well be difficulties in your day, but what can you see as that silver lining, that platinum lining, right? And again, the quote of the day, every day may not be good, but there is something good in every day. Let's look for it. All right, like if you like, join us if you haven't, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below how I may support you. And until we talk again, know that you're blessed.